And the march has been organised by the Landworkers Alliance, and this is a collection of farmers and farmers' families and associates who are very keen to farm in a new, sustainable way. Farming has gone down a wormhole, has been driven down a wormhole, let's be honest about it, since the Second World War, with an enormous dependence on industrial levels of farming and chemicals, fertilizers, so on and so forth. But here we're looking at a collection of farmers, intelligent people who recognize they need a new future for farming because we need to reshape the way that we impact our landscape. And what they've already proved is that a methodology works. And these people are producing top quality food with good standards of animal welfare for people in the UK, whilst at the same time ensuring that they look after the environment, both for wildlife and to ensure that they have a rural economy which can last into the future. So it's not surprising that conservationists like myself are very keen to work with these people and support them at a time when their future is very much under threat.
So why is their future under threat?
Well, the government post-Brexit promised us public good for public money in the form of these ELMs, environmental land management schemes. They were subsidies to pay farmers for farming in a way which would support the environment and ensure that it had resilience into the future. And these are the farmers, are the pioneers who've basically been doing this and making it work. This should be their time. This should be a time when we pay them properly for looking after the environment and producing top quality food. Well, the government appear to be on the brink of reneging on the implementation of this type of subsidy and perhaps even going backwards to paying farmers simply for just having an acreage of land, something that we hoped we got past. And we are keen, along with the farming fraternity, to make sure that this doesn't happen. There are a lot of threats that are hovering, if you like, after the last 3 weeks of government. The potential to return to fracking, further exploration of fossil fuels and then their exploitation. They are poised to renege on the deal to stop live animal export, to prevent the import of foie gras and trophies. So we environmentalists and conservationists are understandably concerned. And it's at this point when we really need to unite with people who have a care about the environment and its future. And let me assure you that this collective of farmers and their supporters are very much those people.
Well, yes, and the government would say, would it not, that some of the steps it's taking are because of they're in the national interest, because of worries about energy security. They also there are some people that will say that there are issues with food security as well. And there are some farmers who say that the priority has to be food production over the protection of nature at a time when food prices are rising across the country.
Well, I would disagree, obviously, forthrightly with that. And I imagine most of the people that would be marching from Parliament Square from 12 o'clock today would join me in that opinion. The future of food security is dependent on a healthy, functional ecosystems in our countryside. And that's from the soil up. That means looking after the land, which provides us with that food. And if we continue to abuse that land with an overdependence on chemicals and industrial levels of farming, then we will destroy basically the fundamental fabric of that we require to feed us as a species. There is no doubt at all that we have researched, understood, and developed methods to look after our landscapes so that we can provide food security, good quality, affordable food for people in the UK, whilst at the same time looking after wildlife and the environment. And these farmers, as I say, are the people that have already proved that. They are up against lobbyists who want to continue to pump our countryside full of noxious chemicals and high levels of long-term damaging fertilizer, because that's business as usual. But the world is indicating to us at this point in time that we're in the midst of a climate and biodiversity emergency. And we cannot continue with business as usual. It's been bad business. It's got us into a mess. So we need to make sure that we wake up and raise awareness of these concerns. And that's what this march is all about. We can't, in environmental terms, continue to put up with short-termism. Short-termism isn't going to fix it. It might keep a few jobs and put some money in the purse tomorrow. But for your and my children, grandchildren, so on and so forth, we need far broader, more intelligent thinking. And that's what these people are about, and they deserve support.
OK, we must leave it there. Chris Packham, good to talk to you this morning. Thanks very much indeed for your time.
You're welcome.